Once upon a time there was a young man named David, who was plagued by negative thoughts. No matter what he did, he could not seem to shake them. He was always worrying about the future. And he was constantly criticizing himself and others. One day David decided to seek help from a wise old Zen master. The master listened patiently to David's story. And then he said, "I see that you are troubled by negative thoughts. But I can tell you this: your thoughts are not who you are. They are simply a passing phenomenon." "But how can I stop them?" David asked. "They are so loud and persistent." The master smiled. "You cannot stop them," he said, "but you can learn to control them. The first step is to become aware of them. When you notice a negative thought, simply observe it without judgment. Do not try to push it away or change it, just watch it as it comes and goes." David practiced this for a while, and slowly but surely he began to see a difference. The negative thoughts were still there, but they were no longer as loud or as persistent. He was able to let them go more easily. And he was able to focus on the positive aspects of his life. One day David came to the master and said, "Thank you, your teachings have helped me to overcome my negative thoughts." The master smiled. "You are welcome," he said, "but remember, you have not overcome them completely. They will always be there, but now you know how to deal with them. You can observe them without judgment and you can let them go." David continued to practice the master's teachings, and he eventually became a wise and compassionate man. He used his wisdom to help others who were struggling with negative thoughts. And he became known as a great teacher. The moral of the story is that negative thoughts are a normal part of life. We all experience them from time to time. But we do not have to let them control us. We can learn to observe them without judgment, and we can let them go. When we do this, we can free ourselves from the negative thoughts that are holding us back. Here are some additional tips for overcoming negative thoughts. Identify your triggers. What are the things that tend to trigger negative thoughts for you? Once you know what your triggers are, you can start to develop strategies for dealing with them. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When you practice mindfulness, you can learn to observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them. Challenge your negative thoughts. When you have a negative thought, ask yourself if it is really true. Is there another way to look at the situation? Focus on the positive. Make a conscious effort to focus on the positive aspects of your life. This will help to offset the negative thoughts. Seek help if you need it. If you are struggling to overcome negative thoughts on your own, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A therapist can teach you coping mechanisms and help you to develop a more positive outlook on life.